Alright, I'm back with another video on the screen right now. You can see me performing my push A session, and this is a flat dumbbell press. I am doing my potentiation set. I essentially increase my working weight by around 5%, do a couple of reps, and then drop the weight back down to perform my working sets. This process allows me to prime my nervous system and overall just allow my neurology and musculature to feel a heavier load. That way, when I drop down weight on my working set, I'm going to feel a lot stronger and much more powerful. That way I can focus a lot more on technique and just making sure the set is high quality. Now, this session is 3 reps in reserve. I am down down to 3 reps in reserve from 4 reps in reserve the previous week, and the session went extremely well. Flat dumbbell press right now is feeling great for me. I swapped out the bench press to perform this as I was having a lot of nagging injuries, and it felt so much better. So flat bench press went absolutely fine. And moving on, I was supposed to do a seated incline plate press. However, I was in a different gym and they didn't have one, so I substituted that for this kind of like hammer incline press. And in all honesty, it felt really nice. I've never really pressed with my hands in this position, and at first it felt rather peculiar, but as I did a couple of potentiation sets, it felt really good. And in all honesty, I'd rather do this than the incline seated plate chest press. But it was just a one-off. I was in this gym. I decided to try and manipulate that exercise as much as possible, and this is what I got. Same again, I just followed 3 reps in reserve, maintaining good quality and ensuring that I'm getting a good pump, and yeah, it felt good. It felt pretty decent. My next exercise is a cross-body cable lateral raise. I'm using the MyoRep match intensity technique here. I use it because it gives me a better mind-muscle connection, just overall better stimulus, better pump, and I'm also incorporating my VersaGrips. I wanted to try the attachment that goes around the wrist to take out the grip factor of the exercise. However, the gyms I've trained at don't seem to have any, so I use my VersaGrips, and to be honest, these are great anyway. As we can see here, a little bit of a rest, probably around 10 seconds, and I go again. So this is my push B, or A, sorry, get it right. And now I'm probably going to just talk over a few more clips. Here is my pull B session, my vertical emphasis. I'm currently doing bodyweight pull-ups in this video, and I want to talk about the technique of pull-ups. If you can touch your chest to the bar every single repetition, then great. Absolutely go for that. That is very strong. However, a lot of people, including me, cannot do that. So I wouldn't worry too much about the standardization of pull-ups. Just make sure that you touch the chest to the bar as many times as you can, and then focus on getting the chin over without using crazy momentum and controlling that eccentric. Just try and feel the lats as much as you can, but don't get caught up in having to touch the chest to the bar every time. That's just a good piece of advice. I believe that it's important just to keep that in mind. So that's what I do. Next exercise is a lat pull down, as shown on the screen, and I love this exercise. I have the VersaGrips on again, and I'm actually keeping my torso more perpendicular. I'm not leaning back too much. And when I come to the top for my length and stretch, I'm not allowing my scapula to protract too much. I found that if I allow my arms to come up, but almost keep my shoulder blades back slightly so I'm still retracted, I just feel the tension more. If I completely protract, I know it sounds kind of strange, I feel like the tension just goes and I'm just pulling with my arms. And as back training is very hard to feel anyway, then it's something I'm going to keep doing, and I encourage anybody else to do. If you're serious about hypertrophy training and you do lack feeling a good mind muscle connection in the back, play around with your technique, get a little bit meticulous, not too much, but play around with grips, different handles, different positions. As long as it's nice, controlled, full range of motion technique that can be standardized, you want to find that one that just hits the nail on the head, and I feel like that's what I've done with my lat pull down. And don't get me wrong, the stimulus to fatigue ratio can actually decrease over time from overuse and things like that. However, I do feel that if you really dial in on the technique and find what works for you, you're going to be set for a while. So yeah, just a few tips and tricks there, and thanks for watching.